Hello, gents. The most dangerous man is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who moves in silence, watching, waiting, and striking without warning. In a world driven by noise, dominance, and the never-ending pursuit of validation, the Sigma male stands as an unsettling force. He's not the alpha demanding the spotlight, nor the beta craving acceptance. He's something far more unpredictable. His quiet confidence, untethered by social expectations, threatens the very fabric of the systems we rely on to gauge power and influence. What makes him so dangerous? It's not what he says, it's what he doesn't. The Sigma male's mere existence challenges the status quo, leaving many to fear the silent storm that follows in his wake. Number 1 on our list. Quiet confidence feels like a silent dagger. Sigma males possess a quiet confidence that unnerves those around them. It's not the type of confidence you can easily spot or predict, which is what makes it so unsettling. They don't feel the need to announce themselves, boast about their achievements, or demand recognition. Their calm demeanor contrasts sharply with the noise of people constantly vying for attention. This quiet confidence has a way of creeping under people's skin because it challenges the idea that you need to be loud or assertive to command respect. For most, the absence of loudness translates into weakness, but for Sigma males it's the opposite. Their silence is deliberate. It signals they don't need to prove anything to anyone, which in turn strips away the power others try to hold over them. In social or professional settings, people often measure their worth by how others react to them. But when someone like a Sigma male is unmoved, it leaves them unsure, even vulnerable. This kind of confidence threatens the foundation most people build their sense of self upon. It throws them off balance, especially when they realize that the Sigma male can observe, assess, and act without anyone seeing him coming. Others might fight for the spotlight, but a Sigma doesn't care for it. He's already comfortable in his own skin. This quiet confidence feels like a silent challenge, a subtle form of dominance that doesn't require words or grand gestures to make an impact. And that's exactly why it feels dangerous. At number 2, attention isn't their currency, and that's terrifying. Sigma males don't play the game of seeking attention. They don't need to, and that's exactly what makes them stand out, and not in a way people are used to. In a world where almost everyone is scrambling to be seen, heard, and validated, the Sigma male moves differently. He's not chasing after the spotlight, likes, or compliments. His self-worth doesn't depend on how many people notice him or how many followers he has. This quiet detachment from the constant need for recognition is unsettling to those who thrive on attention. For most people, attention is like oxygen. They feel validated by it and use it to measure their success. But when someone like a Sigma male walks in and simply doesn't care about that, it disrupts the natural order. People don't know how to handle someone who isn't fighting for the same things they are. They're used to competition, to measuring themselves against others. And suddenly, here's this person who just opts out. That nonchalance makes others feel insecure. The Sigma male's indifference suggests that he's playing a different game, one that doesn't involve trying to win people over. It's unsettling because it shows that maybe the things they're chasing don't really matter. It's a quiet statement that screams louder than any attention seeker ever could. I don't need what you need. And in a world where attention is everything, that kind of confidence can feel like a direct threat. Number 3, they can't easily be influenced. Infiltration-proof mindset. Sigma males can't be easily influenced, and that's what makes them so hard to handle. Most people are used to bending others to their will, whether through persuasion, manipulation, or peer pressure. But when it comes to a Sigma male, those tactics fall flat. He's not someone you can sway with clever words, social trends, or emotional appeals. His sense of self is too solid, and his principles are deeply rooted. This resistance to outside influence makes people uncomfortable because it means he's playing by his own rules, not the ones society sets for him. What really rattles people is the realization that they can't get into his head. In a world where so many are eager to fit in or follow the crowd, the Sigma male stands apart. He doesn't crave acceptance, so he's not swayed by the opinions of others. This makes him immune to the tactics that usually work to control or influence people. You can't guilt trip him, charm him, or pressure him into doing something that goes against his own beliefs or desires. This unshakable independence is threatening because it means you can't predict or control his actions. He's not looking for approval, so he's not going to conform to expectations just to please anyone. It's unsettling to face someone who won't budge, who thinks for himself, and who's immune to the usual tricks. It forces people to confront the uncomfortable truth that not everyone can be manipulated or influenced, and that's a power dynamic most people aren't ready to deal with. At number 4, they remain unpredictable in social situations. Unpredictability breeds unease. Sigma males are unpredictable in social situations, and that unpredictability makes people uneasy. In most social settings, there are certain expectations, rules, and norms that people follow. You can usually predict how someone will behave based on the situation or the crowd they're with. But a Sigma male doesn't play by those rules. He's not trying to fit in, impress, or even follow the usual script which keeps people on edge. What really throws people off is that they can never quite figure out what a Sigma male is going to do next. One minute he might be fully engaged in a conversation, and the next he's perfectly content being silent or even walking away. He doesn't react in ways most people expect. He doesn't feel the need to fill the silence with small talk, and he doesn't participate in the usual social games. He's equally comfortable being alone as he is around others, and that unpredictability messes with people's heads. Others find themselves second-guessing their own behavior around him, unsure of how to act because they can't read him. Is he judging them, or does he just not care? Is he aloof, or is he observing? People aren't used to someone who doesn't follow the same social cues as everyone else, and that can make them feel uneasy, even threatened. The Sigma male's unpredictability means you can't control or anticipate his moves, and in a world where predictability equals safety, that makes him a wild card, one that people aren't sure how to handle. Number 5, focus that dismantles distractions. Sigma males have an unshakable focus that sets them apart from most people. While others are easily distracted by the noise around them, social media, gossip, and fleeting trends, the Sigma male locks in on what truly matters to him. This level of concentration is rare, and it can be intimidating to witness. It's not just that he's focused, it's that nothing seems to pull him off course. His goals, values, and desires are clear to him, and he doesn't let the chaos of the outside world steer him away. For most people, it's hard to stay committed to something without getting sidetracked by distractions or external pressure. But a Sigma male's focus is relentless. When he sets his mind on something, he pursues it with a kind of quiet intensity that others find both inspiring and unsettling. He's not trying to prove anything, but his sheer determination can make others feel inadequate, as if their own efforts pale in comparison. His ability to tune out the noise around him, whether it's people's opinions or society's expectations, gives him an edge. He's not constantly looking for feedback or approval, so he doesn't waste time second-guessing himself. This kind of tunnel vision is rare in a world filled with distractions, and it can make people feel uncomfortable, especially if they struggle to maintain that same level of discipline. His focus isn't just about getting things done. It's a quiet power that sets him apart and makes him a force to be reckoned with. Number 6 on our list, they value freedom above all else, freedom at all costs. For a Sigma male, freedom isn't just a preference, it's the core of who he is. He values his independence above everything else, and that makes him difficult to pin down or control. While others might be willing to compromise their freedom for stability, approval, or success, the Sigma male refuses to trade it for anything. He's not interested in being confined by social expectations, career paths, or even relationships that limit his autonomy. This makes him hard to manage, and it can be unsettling for people who expect everyone to follow the same rules. What's especially intimidating about the Sigma male's pursuit of freedom is that he's willing to walk away from anything that threatens it. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or a social circle, if he feels boxed in, he'll leave without hesitation. That level of detachment scares people, because most are tied down by obligations, fears, or the need for approval. The Sigma male isn't. He's willing to live on his own terms. even if it means walking a lonelier path. This absolute commitment to freedom can be disorienting for those who are used to fitting into certain roles or structures. It's a constant reminder that you don't have to follow the rules that society lays out. The Sigma male's independence highlights the fact that many people choose to limit themselves, and that realization can be both inspiring and threatening. His refusal to be controlled or constrained challenges the way most people live, and that makes him a disruptive force, one that can't be easily contained or influenced. At number 7, mysterious nature sparks paranoia. Sigma males are naturally mysterious, and that mystery unsettles people. It's not that they're intentionally secretive, it's just that they don't feel the need to overshare or constantly explain themselves. While most people are quick to reveal their thoughts, feelings, and intentions, the Sigma male keeps things close to the chest. This leaves others guessing, unsure of what he's really thinking or planning. And that uncertainty is what sparks paranoia. People tend to fear what they don't understand. When someone is an open book, it's easy to read them, to know where they stand, and to predict their next move. But a Sigma male is harder to figure out. He doesn't reveal his hand, and that creates a void that people often fill with their own assumptions and insecurities. The less he shares, the more others try to analyze him, but he remains an enigma, which only deepens the intrigue and the fear. His calm, reserved nature makes people wonder if he's observing them, judging them, or planning something they can't anticipate. That kind of unpredictability keeps them on edge because they can't control or predict how he'll act. It's the not knowing that makes him feel dangerous. People feel more secure when they can easily define and label others, but with a Sigma male, those definitions don't apply. His mysteriousness creates a sense of power, because people fear the unknown, and in his silence, he holds an authority that leaves others feeling vulnerable. Number 8. Approval seeking is for the weak. Sigma males don't seek approval or validation, and that makes them stand out in a way that can feel unsettling to others. Most people, whether they admit it or not, are constantly looking for some form of validation, from their peers, their social circles, or even from strangers online. They measure their worth based on how others see them, adjusting their behavior to fit in or gain approval. But a Sigma male doesn't play that game. He's not concerned with what others think, and he's certainly not chasing anyone's approval. This lack of need for validation is powerful because it means he's free. Free from the pressures that most people feel to conform, to fit a mold, or to impress others. He's not going to compromise who he is just to make someone else comfortable. And that kind of independence can make people uncomfortable. When someone doesn't care about being liked or accepted, it shifts the balance of power. Suddenly, the usual social rules don't apply, and it's hard for others to understand how to engage with someone who isn't seeking their approval. For most people, the fear of judgment or rejection keeps them in check. But a Sigma male doesn't operate under those same constraints. He's not trying to please anyone, and that gives him a level of freedom that can feel almost dangerous to those who rely on validation to define themselves. His self-sufficiency is a reminder that true confidence comes from within, and that can shake the foundation of anyone who's built their identity on external validation. In a world where conformity and approval often rule the day, Sigma males represent a refreshing and unsettling anomaly. Their quiet confidence, independence, and unpredictable nature defy conventional expectations and challenge the status quo. By valuing freedom above all, and refusing to be easily influenced, they stand apart from the crowd, creating an aura of mystery and strength that others find both intriguing and intimidating. It's this blend of self-sufficiency and unpredictability that makes Sigma males not just different, but a genuine threat to the established norms and power dynamics. Their very existence forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the systems we rely on, making them powerful disruptors in an otherwise predictable world. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit subscribe and stay tuned for more. We've got plenty more fascinating insights and surprises in store. Don't miss out. Join us and keep exploring the unexpected.